Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Great NSE Road Trip. We'll give folks just a couple more seconds to get in, and then we'll kick off. While we're waiting, just want to let you know that today's session is being recorded for viewing at another time by folks who want to review the information shared today, or maybe who weren't able to join us live today for this session. So just keeping that in mind, we ask that you keep your mic muted while we're in the main session during the campus introductions. We would love to see your faces if you're comfortable sharing video. And then once we move into the breakout rooms after the campus introductions, you are very welcome to turn your mic on. We won't record the breakout sessions. And as you share with different campuses and learn more about the opportunities in NSE. I haven't seen anyone join in a couple of seconds, so we're going to go ahead and get started. My name is Lydia Richards. I use she and her pronouns. I'm the coordinator for National Student Exchange at Iowa State University, and I will be your host today along with David Holliday from the University of Minnesota as we go on a road trip together, showcasing some great opportunities available to students across National Student Exchange. So like I shared today, we're going to have a brief introduction from all of the participating campuses. You can see on the screen there, we've got sort of an East Coast to Midwest to the South road trip in store for you today. So each campus will share just a little bit about themselves as part of their campus introduction, and then we'll give participants a time to move between breakout sessions at your own pace to meet with different campuses and learn more. Whatever piques your interest in the campus intro session, you're welcome to join those breakout sessions after. So what is National Student Exchange? David, do you want to share a little bit about what National Student Exchange is?
Yeah, happy to. Hello, everyone. My name is David Holliday. As Lydia says, I am the NSE coordinator at the University of Minnesota, Twin Cities campus. I work for the National Student Exchange. NSE, we've been around since 1968. So for 55 years, we've been offering collegiate study away opportunities for students at our member campuses. We currently have about 170 campuses that participate in the program that undergraduate students can go on exchange. Our campuses are located across the United States. Every single state is represented, actually, except for Delaware. We're still working on that. We also have NSE campuses in Guam, Puerto Rico, and the US Virgin Islands, and we have campuses in Canada as well. So we offer collegiate study away really all across North America. If you want to move to the next slide, Lydia, we have a quick video that will show you some of the fun activities and destinations and benefits of the National Student Exchange. Just a couple more points about NSE that I meant to mention. We're a very accessible and affordable program. You'll hear reference today to payment plans. We call them host pay and home pay. A lot of our students continue to pay tuition to their home institution while they go on exchange, only paying room and board, books, course fees at their host institution. Other students will be placed on host pay, which means you actually qualify to pay the resident rate tuition at that other school. So very affordable. Financial aid generally will follow you on exchange. And then credits will generally follow you on transfer back to your home institution as well, keeping you on track to graduate. So students oftentimes complete general education or liberal education courses on exchange, elective credits, but a lot of times students can earn major and minor credit on exchange. So NSE is designed to keep you on track to graduate, but of course, talk to your NSE coordinator at your home institution and your academic advisor about that. Okay, let's move on to the next slide and start hearing from some of our campuses.
First up today for you, we have Paula with the University of New Hampshire.
I see what we're doing here with the cross-country road trip. All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Paula, she, her pronouns, and I am from the University of New Hampshire. If you look at that little map in the center of the screen, there's a little orange line pointing to our location in New Hampshire. We're up in New England, one of the smallest states, just north of Massachusetts, and our coastline is only 18 miles long in New Hampshire, making it the smallest coastline of any state with a coastline. So if you want to go coast to coast, you want to drive truly cross country, we're a great place to end up. UNH is a Research One institution, about 13,000 undergrads located in Durham, New Hampshire, which is a small, quaint little New England town. We're about an hour north of Boston and an hour south of Portland, Maine, and there's public transportation is readily accessible all over the place, including right on campus for Amtrak stop. We are a member of NSE under the home payment plan only, meaning you will pay your home tuition and get your usual financial aid there and attend UNH without paying our tuition. You'd pay housing to us if you choose to live on campus. UNH guarantees housing for NSE students who follow all the deadlines and deposits, but you don't have to live on campus. We don't require it, but we strongly recommend it. We've got great communities and we have award-winning dining halls with all kinds of options for all kinds of dietary needs. So I strongly recommend living on campus and eating on campus. So next slide. Our school has a reputation amongst our exchangers as being very active and very involvement oriented. About 50% of our campus population lives on campus, mostly freshmen and sophomore, but we do have some apartments and suites that older students choose to live in. We have a culture of engagement. We have a culture of environmental activism, adventure, really outdoorsy kind of campus. And we have a lot of student organizations for a campus our size, about 250 registered student organizations at UNH. The Campus Pride Index for UNH, which is a score that looks at schools to see their LGBT friendliness. Our score is 4.5 on a 5-point scale, and we're very proud of that. UNH is also rated in the top 5 annually of most sustainable campuses and also safest campuses in the US. These photos just show you the different seasons at UNH. Fall, winter, and hockey are our seasons. All right, next slide. So a little bit about the Great American Road Trip. I was so excited to see this as a theme. I have a map behind me that shows a lot of pins. I'm not sure if you can see that, but I've done several cross-country road trips with my family, driving and camping and touring and all that. So one of my favorite parts of being an NSE coordinator is working with a student who says, I'm going to the opposite coast or really far away, and I'm planning on driving. And we pull out the map and I work with them and tell them all the best places to go. Happy to do that for any student who wants to come into my breakout room or contact me, how to get from my campus to another campus, from wherever you are to UNH. So if you are looking for a university, we are a research institution, lots of courses available. You want a safe and quaint little New Englandy setting, we are the perfect campus for you. Lots of students want access to big cities without the stressfulness of being in a big city, and that's what we have to offer. Many of our NSE students say they chose UNH because they have family back east, or they vacationed in Maine as a kid and want to try living in New England. So if something's pulling you back east, we're happy to host you. We also have access, as I said, to big cities, but also the White Mountains, Green Mountains aren't too far away. Atlantic Ocean is pretty close. And you can get to other states, and you can get to Montreal in Canada pretty quickly. So we're accessible to all those different places while being in a cute little small town. Next one. I'm not talking a lot about academics because you can find a lot of that on the on the NSC profile page, but I'm happy to talk more about specific majors if you're interested in UNH. We are really active in social media, so please look us up and follow us. We're usually listed as at U of NH. And we have our own social media for the NSE office. It's NSE at UNH. So please go ahead and follow us. If you follow that QR code, you can get to our incoming student page, which gives all the information, the restrictions, the courses that students can take, and some of our quirks and things. We usually accept almost every student who applies to UNH through NSE. Only time we've ever not accepted someone is if they didn't read carefully enough and they asked for courses that we have stated that are restricted. We're home pay only, willing to accept students, and our business school is AACSB accredited, and so they are very flexible on welcoming exchangers. So we'd love to have you, and I hope to see you in the breakout room. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Next, we have Westchester University.
Hi, I'm Danielle Clay from Westchester University. If you could go to this is a picture of our quad, but we should go to the next slide. We are located very conveniently on the East Coast. We're within a 10-minute walk of the town of Westchester. Westchester is a really great college town. It's been voted one of the 10 best college towns in the United States. So what you're going to get is a really great mid-sized university with a small town feel, but we are only 1 hour drive from historic Philadelphia, and you can get to Philadelphia also through public transportation. We're only 30 minutes from Amish country, and we're within a day trip to the Jersey Shore and under 2.5 hours from Washington, D.C. or New York City. So if you want a location where you're going to have access to multiple areas and see a lot of the Northeast, historic Philadelphia and Baltimore, Washington, this is a great location. You would be associated with the Center for the Global Engagement Office, and we sponsor trips to those locations during the year, and you would be invited along with us to go on those trips at no cost to you. If you could move to the next slide, please. We have multiple opportunities in the academic area. You can see we have the 6 different colleges, so there's multiple classes that you can take and a lot of opportunity in the academic area. And if you could move to the next slide. We also have a robust student life. We have over 300 clubs and organizations. Some example are the Center for Trans and Queer Advocacy, the Multicultural Affairs, and the Student Recreation Center, which is a brand new recreation center. And we have a lot of intramural sports to participate in. So we would really love to have you come to Westchester University. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the breakout room. Thank you.
Next up, we have Cleveland State University and Julie presenting.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Julie Good. I am the NSE coordinator at Cleveland State. I've been doing this for 15 years now, and I'm delighted to tell you a little bit about my school. We have approximately 16,000 students, 170 majors. And you can see here, the first picture is our student center, and the bottom picture is our beautiful skyline in Cleveland. Our campus is downtown. We are right adjacent to many of the amenities that the downtown area has to offer. We're very proud of our new film school. And students can earn a Bachelor of Fine Arts in film at Cleveland State. We also have an African American Cultural Center. We're well known worldwide for our urban studies program, and we have a state-of-the-art campus recreation center. Next slide. We have 6 colleges. College of Arts and Sciences, College of Business, which is AACSB accredited for the advisors on the call. We also have a College of Engineering that's ABET accredited. Most all of the programs in the College of Engineering are ABET accredited. We have a College of Health. We also have a College of Law, and our College of Public Affairs and Education is the home of our Urban Studies program. Some new and notable majors that you could study at Cleveland State. nonprofit administration, Africana studies, healthcare management, property management, sports management. We have a new bachelor in music therapy, and as I said, a bachelor of fine arts in film. The pictures here are the student center, and then the picture outside is of our education building and one of our residence halls. Next slide, please. Ohio is the heart of it all. You can see here on the map, Ohio is shaped like a heart, so it's one of our old tourist taglines that we used to use. Cleveland is located really at the crossroads of America. We're on I-90, the longest interstate highway in the US. It goes from Seattle to Boston. Cleveland has big sports. If you're a sports fan, the Cleveland Browns are our football team. We're proud of our Cleveland Guardians. They've changed their name. I don't know if you've noticed, Cleveland Guardians. And then the Cavaliers, who won the NBA Finals in 2016. And there were 1 million people in downtown Cleveland celebrating when the Cavs won and had their parade. So it was amazing. We also are home to the Cleveland Orchestra, Playhouse Square, the second largest theater district outside of New York City. And we're home to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. These businesses are headquartered in Cleveland, the Cleveland Clinic, obviously, Progressive Insurance, and Sherwin-Williams. So many of our students, NSC included, like to take advantage of the opportunities for internship placements, whether during exchange or before or after during the summers. Next slide. And then to take the road trip even further, I'll tell you that we're also close to I-80. So I-80 goes from San Fran to Teaneck, New Jersey. Actually, I take I-80 to work every day. So, you know, if you want a car, if you want to drive around, come to Cleveland. And then we're also, if you want to go to South Carolina, Cleveland is the start of I-77, which goes from Cleveland to Columbia, South Carolina. And then just to wrap up, I'll say we're a home payment school. So students, whether they're inbound or outbound to Cleveland State, pay their homeschool tuition. We've been a member since 1995, and we have affordable fees and costs of living. So I hope you will consider joining Cleveland State, and look forward to speaking to you in the breakout rooms.
Thanks so much. Next, we have Jake representing St. Cloud State University.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jake Kinning from St. Cloud State University from St. Cloud, Minnesota. Just first off, from being from Minnesota, yes, it is cold today, and no, we did not get snow. So just wanted to get that out of the way. I am housed within the international office here at St. Cloud State, and so a lot of the interactions you'll have and a lot of the events that you'll hear from me about will be related to the international office, because there's a lot going on our campus. Not only do we have over 200 different programs when it comes to majors, which I want to highlight our meteorology program, and it is the only one in Minnesota. But then we also have business, like you've heard from a lot of people here. We are also AACSB accredited. But then we also have a popular graphic design, chemistry, biology, and hospitality department. So if you're a student looking for many different degrees, this is definitely a location you should keep on your radar. And then also we have dedicated faculty to student ratio. Our class sizes are on average around 18 students to faculty. And so you'll really get that student to faculty conversation and rapport built by being at St. Cloud State. We also have around 11,000 students at St. Cloud State, which includes about 1,200 international students. So like I talked about a few seconds ago, we have a large international student population on campus, which means that every weekend, almost every single weekend, we have cultural events where you can take part in learning about different cultures across campus. Last weekend was our Latin Student Association's cultural night. And I believe upcoming, the one I'm looking forward to the most is our Hmong Student Association's night. It's usually my favorite one, and I make sure to attend that. At least try to attend it every year. But if you go to the next slide. Couple of things I wanted to really highlight at St. Cloud State University. I know David will fight me on this, but we have one of the best hockey teams in Minnesota. We do go to the Frozen Four pretty regularly, 2013 and 2021, most recent. But also our wrestling, our men's wrestling team is also national champs. So there's a lot of different athletics games you can go into, but then there's also different intramural leagues as well. And so if you do want to get engaged, not only watching the games for free with student IDs, but if you want to get engaged on campus, there's many different ways. Athletically, you can, but then also we have over 250 different student orgs. Our Power and Diversity Leadership Conference happens every January through our Multicultural Student Services Office. And there's different ways you can either just attend as a student, or you can also do volunteering and actually get engaged with conference planning or volunteerism. And so there's a lot of different ways for you as a student to utilize the different skills that you've been learning and even get real life experience while you're on campus. Also, being a little bit more north, we're about 73 miles north from Minneapolis. You'd think that our food would be a little less vibrant, but we do have a lot of different options for you. Irish restaurants, we have a couple different Irish pubs, different kinds of Mexican restaurants, Indian, Somalian, a lot of different places you can go to eat. Obviously, we have all the chain restaurants as well, but I really like to highlight that because a lot of times students tend to think, oh, well, if you're that far north, you won't always necessarily have a variety of food, but we definitely do. And then also a lot of different housing options as well. I'm going to actually just take us out of driving for a second and fly across to England. Something extremely unique about St. Cloud State University is that we actually have a campus in England. So your students and students watching, you all can actually take classes in a castle in England. It was used in the Harry Potter movies, in Transformers, and a lot of other movies as well. And you can actually get a St. Cloud State transcript by going on this program. It is host and home pay as well. And so definitely, if you are interested in this option, let's have a conversation, because there's other ways that you can also take online courses back at your home institution as well, if there is a certain class that you need to have in order to graduate. And we extremely love this location. It's actually the location I studied abroad as a student. And so I can definitely talk to you for hours about this in the breakout room as well. Hopefully looking forward to talking to you all soon.
Next up is my campus, Iowa State University. Again, my name is Lydia and I'm the NSE coordinator here at Iowa State. Iowa State is located about 45 minutes north of the crossroads of Interstate 80 and Interstate 35. So Julie was mentioning I-80 that she takes every day to work. So coast to coast, east to west, and I-35 is an interstate that runs north to south, Minnesota to Texas. So we are right kind of at the center of it, right in the center of the United States in the Midwest. We're 45 minutes north of the crossroads, which is in Des Moines. So we're about 45 minutes north of the capital of Des Moines. If you're flying in, that's the easiest airport to get to. And if you're driving in, like I said, there's lots of convenient interstate options to get there. We are a larger campus with about 30,000 students, and the population of Ames is about 60,000. We have great programs for students interested in entrepreneurship, hospitality management, agriculture, and apparel and fashion merchandising. Some of our more unique programs are meteorology, biomedical illustration, and landscape architecture. Here at Iowa State, some reasons why you might think about coming to join us on National Student Exchange is the opportunity to engage with state-of-the-art research and innovation facilities. That middle picture up on the top row there is a wonderful new facility on campus that opened recently. It was an $80 million investment in entrepreneurship and innovation for students here. on campus. So that space is used for classes. There are entrepreneurship offices, both at the college level and at the university level for students. There are glass blowing labs. We have a solar car team that has their laboratory in there. We even have a chocolate lab, not the dog, but a lab where students have the opportunity to take a class where they make things with chocolate, sculptures, and different recipes. So I learn something every time I wander into that building, and it's a very cool space that students can utilize here on campus. We are part of the Big 12 and have Division I athletics, and you get that big school feel here at Iowa State. So that picture on the right-hand side of the screen is our football team with Purdy. You might notice that on the back of the jersey. We're super proud of him. He's currently a rookie starting for the San Francisco 49ers in the NFL playoffs. And both of our basketball teams are currently ranked in the top 20. I can see Hilton Coliseum, our basketball stadium, right here from where I'm sitting. And so our Cyclone community is super passionate about sports. So if you're interested in sports, you can come, especially in the fall, for tailgating and enjoy kind of that big school feel. Following along with that, we have over 900 student organizations to get involved with. Our NSC students are certainly welcomed and encouraged to take advantage of that opportunity. Different cultural organizations, intramurals, academic-based, social, Greek life, religious organizations, what have you. We have it here at Iowa State. Beyond being a big school, there are so many people here on campus who are committed to helping our students succeed. And we have a really supportive campus community that's really here for you and to help you succeed. We have lots of career resources following along with that, including hosting the largest ag-focused career fair in the nation. We also have lots of identity-based centers and communities, some that I picked out to include here, Centers for Multicultural Student Affairs. We have the center, which is one of the oldest LGBTQ centers in the nation here on campus, a SLOSS Center for female identifying students, veterans, and more. Some things to know, particularly for National Student Exchange. We accept students on both home and host pay. We have a very high chance of placement for on-campus housing, although there's tons of options for off-campus housing as well. It's the last bullet point on here, but I want to make sure to mention it in coordination with housing. We have an excellent bus system here in Ames that's free for students to ride with your ID card. And so it's very easy to get around Ames, even if you don't have a car. Still living off campus, provided you're close to a bus line, would be a super easy thing to do. We also have NSC specific events and programming throughout your exchange period. The photos that you see on the screen are our students that came and joined us in the fall. We welcome students from Puerto Rico and then a couple of the Midwest states. And we've got a couple more students joining us, but I didn't put them up there because they were so cold in front of our bell tower, which is called the Campanile. And you can see our mascot there, Cy, the cyclone. Although he's a cardinal, I don't exactly get the connection there, but that's Cy, our mascot. Next up, we're going to head south to Oklahoma State University.
Hi, I'm Judy Parrott, and I'm the Student Exchange Coordinator as well as the NSC Coordinator at OSU. And as you might tell, orange and black are our colors, and we are very much into school spirit. So I'll take that off so you can see me a little bit better. We also have, if you come join us in our breakout room, we'll have Andre King, who is one of our peer advisors who studied away with an HBCU. And we also have Brandon Waltz, who is part of our marketing team and does all of our marketing for us. So we are located in Stillwater, Oklahoma, which is a typical college town. We are about 60 miles from Oklahoma City, which is our capital, and Tulsa, which is also a really nice city. It's our second largest, and that's originally where I'm from. Our enrollment, including our Tulsa campus, is about 24,649, and we do accept both host and home pay. And your chances are excellent on host pay. And actually, we're pretty accepting as well on home pay. We We are known for doing that. And we are located, we're going to talk about the historic Mother Road, better known as Route 66. So come get your kicks on Route 66. It starts in the northeast part of Oklahoma and then goes down through the central. So there are a lot of things we'll talk about that you can see on our road trip. So next slide. So why do you want a road trip to OSU? People think, oh, it's in the middle of the nation, but people who come here actually love it. We're a very warm and welcoming state, and we are known as one of the friendliest campuses in America, and that is Stilley or Stillwater, Oklahoma. We are ranked as one of the top 50 public universities. We have a huge, rich history in college athletics, including more than 52 NCAA team titles. We are part of the Big 12 with Iowa State, as she mentioned earlier. And tonight is our big basketball rival game. It's called Bedlam, and it's with OU down the road. So hopefully we'll win. We also have the largest comprehensive university student union in the world. That was on the previous picture. In this slide, you can see our beautiful library, and you can see Pistol Pete. That is our wonderful mascot in the upper right-hand corner. He is based on a true person whose name was Frank Eaton. And a long, long time ago, he was in a Veterans Day parade, and students saw him and thought, oh, wow, he kind of, epitomizes the cowboy spirit. And so they asked him if he would become their mascot. And that's how we got the real Pistol Pete. So any other universities that may use him were the original ones with Pistol Pete. And we love him in spite of what the top mascots are. I think he was voted as one of the worst mascots last year. They don't know what they're talking about. He's wonderful. And that's part of our football team right there, you see. So we can tell you more about that. Next slide, please. Academics. So we have 8 colleges, and they include agriculture. We're very well known for agriculture. Business, we have a top business school. Education, human sciences, arts and sciences, architecture, and engineering. We have a very high-ranking engineering course as well. We also have a veterinary school and an osteopathic medical school. We have over 200 undergraduate majors, including AgEc or agriculture economics, as well as animal sciences, aviation studies. Sorry, I'm trying to figure this out. And hotel restaurant administration. We also have American Sign Language and sports management. So we have a lot of students, both international exchange students that come for our sports management, and then we have domestic NSC students that are interested in the American Sign Language as well. We are known as America's healthiest campus, which includes a 240,000 square feet Colvin Recreation Center, and that is the upper right-hand picture of this. We have over 500 student clubs and organizations ranging from Greek life and diverse student associations to intramural sports. We have 31 different residential halls and over 30 campus dining options. And the interesting thing about if you are a domestic NSC student, you are not required to live on campus, but if you would like to, you are welcome to join us in our Global Scholars Living Learning program, which is located in one of the residence halls, and it's mostly made up of all of our international exchange students, as well as NSC students, any of those who would like to live there, and OSU degree seeking students who are interested in global engagement. And we do have a very robust program that we provide for those students. And in fact, at the end of this year, we are going on a Route 66 road trip. So we're really excited to show all of our students about Route 66. Some people may say route, I say route. So you can say either one, it's okay. Next slide, please. So we are the Cowboys. That's what we are known as. We do this. This is Go Pokes. These are pistols firing. So if you ever see anyone doing this, you know you're from OSU. And the good thing about OSU is that once you're a Cowboy, you're always a Cowboy. Whether you're here for a semester, a year, or a degree-seeking student, you are always part of the Cowboy family. I am an alumna from a long time back, and I came back to OSU after being gone for 30 years, and I absolutely love it here. It has that typical college town feel, but yet you're still close to the bigger cities, and it's just a friendly campus. What can I say? So we currently have students from all 50 states and more than 100 countries around the world. And so that makes us a very vibrant and an inclusive culture. So we welcome you with arms wide open, ready to help you find your curiosity and interests and really find out more about Oklahoma, because a lot of people think they know Oklahoma and then they're really, really surprised. Here's an example. So last week we had our inbound orientation for our exchange students, and we went to this small, very homey restaurant. And in the restaurant, we're sitting there and you're looking around. It's very kind of kitschy and decor inside. And then the chef comes up and starts speaking to the students in different languages and telling them how he had been a chef in their different countries. And their mouths were dropping wide open because they just never expected that in Oklahoma. And then to make matters even better, one of the patrons who we didn't even know heard that we had our exchange students there and bought the whole group dessert. That is Oklahoma, and that is Stillwater. So please come and join us in our breakout room, and we'll talk about Oklahoma, Stillwater, OSU, and the great Route 66 or the Mother Road.
All right, and our last school on the road trip takes us down to Texas to Prairie View A&M University.
And I think Elma Gonzalez was not able to make it today, so I'm going to share information on the slide. And I also have sent students on exchange to this campus, so I can share a little bit of personal anecdotes. Next slide, please. So Prairie View A&M offers these academic programs: architecture, engineering, arts and sciences, business, education, juvenile justice, psychology, college and nursing. Next slide, please. Prairie View A&M is a land grant mission of achieving excellence in teaching, research, and service, designated an institution of the first class in the Texas Constitution. Prairie View A&M is the second oldest public institution of higher ed in the state, with an established reputation for producing engineers, nurses, and educators. PVAMU offers baccalaureate, master's, and doctoral degree programs through 8 colleges and schools. It is a member of the Texas A&M University system. And I should also say Prairie View A&M is an HBCU, historically Black college and university, which we have 12 that are part of the NSE consortium. Prairie View, Texas is about an hour northwest of Houston. So a little bit outside of Houston. Next slide. That might be it. Great. And I think we'll move on to the next slide, and I think we'll be ready to open up the breakout rooms.
Wonderful. Yeah. So now David is going to activate the breakout rooms. They're set up so that you can mingle at your own pace between the different breakout rooms. We encourage you to join and jump into the sessions that kind of piqued your interest today for specific questions about that campus. If you need some general help, or then maybe this is your first touch point with National Student Exchange, you're welcome to stay in the main room and get those questions answered. We're also having a drop-in advising time tomorrow from 5 to 6 p.m. So just the same time you joined today, and you can register for that session on the same page that you registered for this session on nse.org. So once we get the breakout sessions going, David, are you able to do that?
Yeah, they should be open. Are you not able to view them?
Nope, we're good. I was just
There we go.
Yeah, there
People
we
are
go.
moving. People are moving.
Awesome.
Krishna or Viraj, do you need help moving someplace, or do you have questions for us?
No, I was just browsing to see which breakout room to join.
Yeah, sounds great. Feel free to jump around, visit other campuses, but we're here to help you as well. It's you, Deborah.
Hold on, I'm on the other phone. Do you need me, David?
No, I don't.